Hey guys, Madballer here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be going up against Sion in the top lane, and for my runes I'll be running Lethal Tempo, Ledger Bloodline, and Sorcery Secondary. I'm fairly certain this Sion's going to be building tank this game, as opposed to Lethality, as he's running Grasp instead of the Glacial Augment build. This matchup's fairly snowballing, that if Sion can get ahead early, it becomes really difficult to kill him once he gets items like Bramble Vest, Bambi Cinder, and eventually the Sunfire Cape. In terms of our early game, we're just going to be wanting to push this in, deny Sion some CS in the tower, and I'll just spin away from his Q as it does a ton of damage level 1. We can trade autos where we want, but we want to avoid too many grasp procs. Unfortunately, you can see that I do get hit by the Q. Sion's level 1's pretty good if you can get a Q off, so you do need to be a little bit careful. He's playing aggressively, which makes me a little bit worried, but we are able to spin away. But as you can see, he was playing aggressively because Jarvan comes up, and I'm in quite a bit of trouble. I try to flash out, but I still get caught for the first blood. Biggest thing to note there is I should have just died. With Jarvan holding onto his EQ, I wasn't going to live either way there, so I probably should have just taken the death and not tried to use my flash. So you can see when Echo now warns me that he buffed to buff ganks. I'm not really upset, just laughing in chat. It's not the end of the world, but I didn't realize it was going to be coming level 2 there. So what I could have done is noted that Sion was playing a little bit too aggressive, and probably realized from there that the jungle would be top. But as I mentioned, the wave's pushing into me, so I don't miss too much CS. Just want to catch as much as I can in the tower here. So Echo's trying to gank here, but if you're a jungler, just note obviously that it's going to be really hard for the top laner to come, because he's going to miss a ton of XP and CS there, so I'm not going to follow that, and Echo gets the message and backs off. However, there's a really good fight going on here, and I'm able to rotate down immediately. Jarvan flashes early. I ignited there just for the Nimbus Cloak proc, just to make sure I'd get my auto off. But we pick him up and we're going to be looking for a second kill here. Sion's out of mana, so we should be able to win this, and TF obviously doesn't do a lot of damage. Yeah, so it's a great Q, so I'm about to auto TF. He doesn't have flash, so this should be a fairly safe kill. I'm able to spin over the wall and pick up a second kill. It was really fortunate that this happened, because obviously after getting first blooded I was a little bit behind, but now I've got 2 kills. I'll be able to finish my Tiamat and get back into the game. I do want to go into the reasoning for going Tiamat. Obviously getting first blooded, I was assuming that would be fairly far behind, which is likely to be the case even now. So getting Tiamat gives me a bit more wave control, and allows me to clear the waves quickly and not engage Sion in a fight, which I can't really do considering that he's got a Bambi so early on. Sion's a really naturally tanky champion, and the problem with tank Sion is that you can usually burn your ult, and when you're in ult you can't burst him down. The lethality option is a lot weaker here, so I decided to back there so I didn't get poked on the tower. I'm probably going to miss some CS, but it's not the end of the world if I can get back there quickly. The most important thing is to never waste any time on the tower. You want to load up the shop immediately and just get a really quick back off, so you miss a few CS. We see Jarvan bot right now, so we're free to play aggressive if we want to. Get a little bit of poke on Sion, but you can see how much damage he's doing just with his base stats. We're probably going to be farming this out for now, but if we see opportunity, we can possibly go in. The one area where I do have advantage is I do have a ton of sustain, obviously through my Q and Legend Bloodline, so I can take some short trades if I want to, and try and burn his mana pool, because you can see he's only got about 100 mana right now. The good thing that is Sion is just perma-shoving the wave, so I'm able to pick up all the CS. If he was freezing it, it'd be a little bit more difficult. I'm fairly sure Sion's just back in this point, so I want to hard shove the next wave as fast as possible to try and deny some CS on the tower. And you can see Tiamat really helps me shove that in quickly and get a fairly good back off here where I won't need to miss any CS. Just going to go for my Essence Reaver next. We just want to farm up as fast as possible, and the 2 long swords give me a bit more combat stats than boots. So I don't really need boots right now, as Sion's not really likely to kite me out like a Jace or a Vayne would. Against those matchups, I'd probably rush into Berserkers as fast as possible. Sion can roam down, so I see my team 2v2ing, so I'm going to warn him, but I'm lucky he's still in lane. Pick up the caddy, thankfully. Our team's doing really, really well, you can see in the map, so the most important thing to do here is not give away my life for something silly. Fortunately, I do take quite a bad trade there. I have a lot of sustain, so it's okay, but I shouldn't have forced that. I didn't realise he picked up a chain vest, so you can see with that chain vest, he's really, really tanky early on. See, I knew that Sion was trying to do that. Every Sion player would try that play, so just make sure you know the range of your Q, and you can waste his ability without taking any damage. The good thing about Bambi Cinder is going to hard push the wave, so I'm not going to miss too much of the CS on the tower, and it's just about being patient right now and not giving away any further kills. I'll have plenty of opportunity to get back into the game with Tiamat and the ability to farm, and my team is winning, so there's no pressure. He's getting fairly low on mana, so I'm pretty sure he'll be looking to back soon. In this case, I took a pretty bad trade just to burn his mana pool, because you can see now he's down to 50 mana. He's not going to kill me with my ult, and he's got 20 mana right now, so that is an advantage to me in the long term. I did ward my Tribush just in case I was getting dove. I didn't think that was the case, but just to be sure. And I didn't spin in there because I knew Sion was probably still on the wave. Now we know Jarvan's bot side, so you don't need to worry about a gank. Take a real quick trade, knowing that his Q's on cooldown. Just pick up a bit more fury and harass him, try and keep as low as possible. You can see the Sion's doing a really, really good job of taking trades while I'm trying to farm on a tower, so it's a little bit tough for me, but it's not really a worry. I'm getting what CS I can, and as soon as the laning phase is over, I'll be able to split push and catch this back up, as you will be able to see this game. Spoiler alert. Sion looks like he's backing off, so there's no need to take this under tower. I can just tank this out. Ward the bush, make sure he's not there. This is why I really, really like Tiamat in a matchup where you're struggling, or you're not going to be able to 1v1 them for a while. You can see just how easy it is for me to shove the wave out and get a really, really fortuitous back off. If I don't have Tiamat there, I'm going to struggle to clear the wave, and I could get frozen on if I can't get into tower, or I'm not going to be able to push it before he gets back to the lane. So you can see I'm down 14 CS to Sion, which given the first blood is not too bad. You'd like to be winning in CS obviously in most of the time this matchup, but considering how poorly I played the early game, we're not doing too badly here. Really, really bad on my part to get by that, but again, it's not the end of the world. Echo comes in for a good gank, but we burn Sion's flash, and all I use is my ignite, so that's a fairly good result for us. Echo doesn't waste a lot of time, and it takes a bit of pressure off from the lane, so good job by Echo there.
Enemy double kill.
The bot lane did get double killed, so it's obviously going to be a fairly close game right now. Sion's missing, so I thought he might be roaming mid with ult, but he's going to pick up the wave, so it's fine.
I am your worst nightmare.
We do see Echo in there on their red side jungle, so we do want to be careful of him fighting. I won't have priority because Sion's closer, so I'm just pinging a miss there. I'm going to take the opportunity to shove this out. We don't win this 2v2 at all. And you can see TF's top as well. So it was a pretty poor invade by Echo. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to help him. The reason why I didn't even try to follow was that obviously Sion had priority. Sion and Jarvan would win the 2v2, and it's not even a 2v2 because TF did ult there. Luckily, I was able to pick up 2 tower plates for 320 gold, which gets me a lot further into the game. So it worked out well for me, but obviously not well for our Echo. It's really important for you guys, if your jungler makes a poor play, which a lot of junglers, depending on how good they are, want to do. The important thing is to not die as well as a result of their mistake. And you see there that I actually picked up advantage for myself and made the best of a poor situation. So Jarvan's drifting top, so I'm going to ward the Triboss just in case they want to look to a dive. Jarvan's playing for it, but I see he's really squishy, so I'm not too worried about dive, but I will back off just in case. Unfortunately, I can't do much about that first tower. However, Echo and I can probably burst the Jarvan if they do look for a 2v2, but he's going to back off. So I'm just going to keep farming where I can. With Sion backing off, I'm going to look to try and push out top lane and get a good back off. And you can see in the chat, I'm pretty sure we should be better off trying to help bot lane. Top lane is just going to be a farm matchup. Right now, I don't have the damage to kill Sion. That can change later in the game, but right now I just want to be farming out, and I don't need to be fighting with Mountain Drake up. So I prefer my jungler to be bot side. Again, you can see just how helpful Tiamat is for controlling the lane when you're in a bad situation. I'm not missing much CS anymore, and I'm coming back to the game with my Essence Re about 15 minutes, which is a little bit delayed, but it's not the end of the world. Fortunately, Sion is going to join that team fight, so we're probably going to lose that. But again, I'll just try and take the opportunity to try and shove out the lane as fast as possible. You can see with that cannon there that I wait for it when it's low enough to kill it with a non-crit ability. I don't want to rely on a crit and then miss it, and then obviously lose the creep to other creeps. So it's important to wait and last hit that with potentially just a normal attack. Sion is top, but he doesn't have the mobility or damage to kill me with my E, so I can just farm that wave and back away from him. And Tiamat's proving to be useful again here as I can counter jungle and pick up golems really easily without risking anything. it's really, really fantastic for me that both camps are up, because I pick up a lot of free gold and just out-rotate the Sion. In a tank matchup where you're not drastically ahead, so Sion, Maokai, Nasus, for example, if you can't kill them, you best just rotate with your team and take advantage of your CDR and ability to rotate across the map and pick up objectives. So you can see I rotate, pick up 2 jungle camps, pick up mid tower with my Yasuo, and then I can run back top and not even miss the wave. It's not really much point me taking this blue, but I can see a team fight's breaking out bot side. Echo's there as well. He may die, and by the time he comes back up, I'll just reset the buff for him and read him for the team anyway. Because I know it's not going to be taken for at least 2 to 3 minutes. Good job by our team there. We pick up 4 kills and Sion his bot, so I'm free to pressure the top side turret as well. As I was mentioning, you can see Echo's still bot lane, so that blue buff is not going to be missed. And I can keep counter jumping the Jarvan for. Unfortunately, I was a bit lackluster on the timing there. I should have started earlier. And Jarvan does pick up the red buff with a drive-by smite. The good thing for us is that Sion's wasting a ton of time bot lane. I'm not sure if he dies here, but I think the damage is done regardless. He's not farming, he's not on the map, and you can see I've taken a CS lead, which is going to be important for me to have the damage items to kill him. See, I'm asking Nami to stop the back. If Nami can stop the back, he won't be able to rotate top. Unfortunately, Yasuo does die again, but he is able to pick up another kill. I think this is the 2nd or 3rd time I've taken Jarvan's camps, so I'm picking up a lot of extra farm from there, but I will rotate down as I see an opportunity to join my team. I have both summoners and a decent amount of items. Night Nami for the Nimbus Cloak slow. Jarvan, I think, does have his EQ, so I don't think I can actually get a kill on him there, but we do pick up a free kill for rotating down and help out our team.
Killing spree.
Again, Gromp's up. So I can pick up Gromp, but I'm getting close to my IE as well, so I'm looking to get to that 3.2k gold. And when I get that, I'll be able to pick up IE. I've been running Legend Bloodline a lot more if you're following some recent games. The reason for that is it gives you so much extra healing if you do need to be trying to farm up. So you can see I can farm up jungle camps like Krugs, wolves, and even just lane minions. It just allows you to heal up a ton from that, and means you don't lose HP taking those jungle camps. Whereas if you run Tenacity or Alacrity, then obviously it's going to chunk you out quite a bit. At this point, I think it's probably time for me to stop splitting. I've got myself back in the game with a lot of CS, and Dragon is coming up in 48 seconds, so I think I can teamfight here. If you have flash, you can teamfight. If I don't have flash, I'm almost always going to be trying to split push, as it makes it really easy to kite you without flash. So right now, I'm just trying to shove the wave in as fast as I can so we can get priority on the Dragon and vision out. This is a little bit of a mistake. I just wanted to comment on that. I thought with Dragon not being up for another 15 or so seconds, I had time to click red, but unfortunately our team gets engaged on, which I probably should have seen coming. But it's not too late, luckily. I'm able to kill the Jarvan quickly, and we're able to turn it around. But definitely a mistake there, or I'm not realizing perhaps that my team would make the mistake, which is just as bad. There's no reason for our team to get engaged on there, but we still did. you can see here that while Sion is tanky, he's no longer tanky enough to just sort of brush off my Iron Echo's damage. And I get the big shutdown on him. And get another kill on Echo, on Yuumi. I don't think there's anything more satisfying I find nowadays in this game than when you do kill the carrier of Yuumi, and then Yuumi's left without boots, without any defensive items, and you pick up a free kill. It's a great feeling. Cool. At this point, we're really strong, and we should be able to almost 3-shot or 2-shot anyone else on their team. Sion's going to be a little bit tougher, but you can see that I'm going to be picking up a Rage Blade next. I'm going to forego Triforce entirely, but if I can pick up the Rage Blade, then I can play almost sort of peel for my team and just burst down the Sion really quickly with Rage Blade, and that way the rest of the team's incredibly squishy, and we can pick that up. The only real threat right now is Sion, who's very tanky with his Sunfire Thornmail. I have foregone Stinger, but considering I've got 30% CDR already and I'm running Lethal Tempo, it's not the end of the world that I don't. I might have been able to kill, looking at that, I might have been able to kill Jarvan there, considering Sion doesn't do a lot of damage and then I can escape afterwards. And I was laughing because I did half his HP with a couple of autos, right? So just in hindsight, I could have taken that play. It would have been pretty aggressive and a little bit risky, but it perhaps could have been made. Get a ward down in the, I guess, the intersection below red side blue buff, which is a great ward because it covers all the locations, but I rotate across the team here.
Killing spree.
Sion comes in, so we're gonna pack up there. We don't necessarily need to force anything, but it was still looking. Doesn't look like anything's happening, so I'm just gonna run straight back down bot and try and split push and continue to farm up.
This'll be a slaughter.
With no dragon up on the map, we just want to keep splitting bot, obviously the opposite side of Baron, and see if we can draw multiple team members of the enemy team. If we can draw Sion, we've got to win by itself because we're going to make it a 4v4, and the enemy team is going to be fighting without a tank, and Sion's the only fed member of their team. I see 2 bot with TF, 2 bot. So it is a 4v3 if my team takes the fight, so we're already getting an advantage. But right now it looks like it's just Jinx bot lane. As we can see TF rotating across. I'm a little bit in 2 minds here, but I think considering we're shaping up around Baron and Jinx is bot and won't be able to follow, I'm just looking to rotate across to the mid lane and see if I can either go top lane or shove out lane and get tower.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I was looking for mid tower, but I can see Jinx is rotating, so I've got to keep an eye out for that. She tries to clear the wave, but the tower's already dead, and I'm able to get a really good easy pick on the weak Jinx, and just keep her further out of the game. Yeah, so you can see I think about Stinger, but I don't think I need it yet, and it's more important for me to get the Rage Blade. So I'm going to go join my Echo and see if we can try and pick up a free couple of kills here. With Jinx dead and J4 out of mana, I think we can look to Baron here with the amount of damage, sustained damage I've got. But we do need to be a little bit careful because they are all up. As you can see there, right? You've got to obviously check whether or not you've got a Baron team or a non-Baron team. But considering we've got Yasuo, a reasonably farmed Ezreal, and myself, that's 3 auto attackers or three carries, and we just absolutely shred that Baron down despite it only being 26 minutes. Now we can look to pick up the drag. With 2 people dead, including their jungler, it's really free, and I just want to get that objective as soon as it comes up on the map. With 10 seconds left on Yuumi and J4, it looks like we've got time to pick up the bot lane tower, and I don't need to be clearing the way of my team. I can pick up the Gromp for free and make sure that's off the map and pick up the extra gold. Now it's back time, right? We're all sitting on a lot of gold, and there's no point actually overstaying and not spending that gold. We want to keep our tempo, spend our gold, get our items, and keep the gold advantage. Ezreal could probably take this, but he gives it up. He's fairly farmed the 3 items, but I've got essentially 4 items with my 2 components, so it's probably good on me. And I'm level 17, so I'm the highest level in the game by quite a bit. And with Rageblade, I can team fight just by killing the Sion and Flash. So I'm looking for an opportunity to get in the back line, but at the moment I can just stay back, let my team poke. Trying to back out of the Yuumi ult and then disengage for a little bit, but Jarvan takes a fairly poor engage. We kill him really quick. And we two-shot the Yuumi and kill the Sion fairly easy for a triple. So the really good thing there was that my team was able to hold on long enough for me to farm up and come back in and help win the team fights. With Tiamat, you can see it's really easy to farm waves and get back above 10 CS and bit per minute. As you can see, my 285 CS, and pick up the items you need to be able to actually be useful. Because as everyone knows, Tryndamere needs a ton of gold to be useful. It does have no utility except a small slow. So a good example in this game of how to come back from an early first blood and a really poor start just by farming up and playing smart. If you guys enjoyed the video and found it informative, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe down below. All the way up to 37 subscribers, which is really exciting. So thanks everyone who's already subscribed, and stay tuned for more videos twice weekly.